Hello, and welcome to our podcast, Just the Two of Us, the podcast about relationships and how to navigate them in an easier fashion. Today, I want to talk about a way that we can support our partner's hopes and dreams, or even on the most daily level, support our partner's way in life. One of the things that create and sustain a good relationship is good friendship. And if we think about what makes a good friendship, it's the way that we support each other. And how can we support each other on a daily basis? The first way is to understand what our partner is going through. And understanding comes firstly from knowledge. Do you know what your partner is going through? What's on their hearts and on their minds? So, the first thing I want to suggest is a daily question, asking your partner on a regular basis in the morning before they leave for work, what's on your heart and on your mind today? What's keeping them busy and what are they thinking about and what are their experiences? What are they experiencing on an emotional level? And those are two different things that sometimes we get them mixed up. So if you use that daily question and ask them in the morning, what are they in for today? Then in the evening, when they come back from work or school or whatever, and you can sit down and have this daily stress reducing conversation, then you can really follow up on what you heard in the morning. And you can even remind your partner if they don't remember what they were stressing about in the morning and kind of helping them celebrate their small wins. So that's one way to help our partner. And another way that I kind of mentioned is stress reduction. And stress reduction is kind of understanding that the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis that are not connected to our relationship seep into our relationship and affect our well-being, even on a personal and on a level of us as partners. So if we have a stress reducing conversation with, which is one of Dr. John Gottman's suggestions that we have on a daily basis, we can kind of help support each other better. And also we can help reduce burnout. So what is that conversation? It's a 20-minute conversation that helps us talk to our partner, or if we're the listener, listen to our partner when they discuss something that was stressful in their workday or an issue that came up that isn't connected to our relationship. And during that conversation, if we're the listener, we just listen and we want to understand the story. We don't want to give suggestions. We don't want to do anything we're not asked to. So the first step is to understand, what exactly do you mean when you say that you were told off? Or what exactly do you mean when that stressed you out? And just asking so we can understand. The second stage we can add on is empathy. Wow, that sounds really stressful, or I can understand why you were annoyed, if that helps. And then you can ask, how can I support you? We want to give our partners the experience that we are there for them, that we're shoulder to shoulder. We're not the enemy. We want to side with them. Sometimes when our partners tell us something that went on in their work environment, we kind of stress out that they might have done the wrong thing, and then they might lose their jobs, and we feel scared, or threatened by their response. But if we remember that the point of this conversation is only to support our partner and kind of hear the story and understand the story, we don't have to agree about the strategy that our partners took, but that's not the point of this conversation. This conversation is meant for us to support our partners and help them see that we're on the same side. And we are, because we're in the same boat. So we want to show them we're there for them and listen and see how they can feel and make sure that they are really feeling that we are there for them. And asking them, what else do you need from me? And do you feel heard and understood? Because one of the basic issues that come up for couples in my private practice is that they don't feel seen by their partners. And that's one of our most existential want from our partners, from our relationship, is to feel seen and heard and understood. Because when we feel seen and heard, we don't feel alone. And feeling alone is one of the biggest motivators for us to find a relationship. And if we find a relationship and we're in a relationship and we still feel alone, then the loneliness is even greater. So let me recap. We spoke about the question that we can ask our partners every morning: what's on your heart and on your mind today? And then at the end of the day, have a stress reducing conversation, which is between 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Divide the listener and speaker, and then kind of switch between the two of you. Another way to support our partners and help stress reduction is by touch. Just hugging each other for more than 20 seconds until we kind of have this deep breath coming spontaneously out of us helps us to de-stress. And that's another way to show our partners that we're there for them, and kind of not have kind of this hug on the way that our partners hug us and then we push them off because we're on our way to do other chores. So kind of giving ourselves and our partners these 20 seconds. And then another way is understanding what the stresses are on your relationship. Whether it's money, whether it's in-laws, whether it's division of chores, and finding a way to have this conversation once a week. Dr. John Gottman calls it the State of the Union, and kind of having this conversation that is dedicated to talking about our relationship for half an hour, schedule it, and kind of talk about what went well this week, what didn't go well, and what's our plans. What are our plans for next week? Which means, what do you need from me, and how can we make it happen? And be very, very clear. If you're not clear about your partner's expectation, ask them to paint you a picture. What does that mean when you want to have dinner tomorrow together? What time? What do you mean by dinner? What do you expect to see when you open the door and come home? And be very, very specific. So these are a couple of ways to help our partners de-stress, because some people need clarity in order to relax. And what we want to give our partners in the relationship is the experience of safety and security. And them being able to depend on us makes them feel secure. And knowing what security is for your partner, how does it come about, is a great way to de-stress our partner. And for each one of us, it's a different way. So I invite you to think for yourself, what does feeling safe mean for me? And how can I express it to my partner? And by having these daily conversations and weekly conversations, we can help bring clarity to our relationship. Thank you for listening. If you want to get in touch with me, just send me a DM. And Thank you for listening. And you can follow me on my YouTube channel and look up the previous episodes of just the two of us. I'm Karen Haddad Taub. I'm a licensed couples and family therapist. I have a private practice in Israel and online. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.